and welcome to another GCSE Computer Science video with me, Mr Goff, for MrGoff.com. This video will focus on network topologies. Network topology refers to the layout of computers on a network, that is, how they are connected to one another. Computers are often called nodes when we are talking about network topologies. There are two topologies for you to be familiar with: star networks and mesh networks. Let's take a closer look at each of these. In a star topology, all devices are connected to a central hub, or more likely switch. All devices are therefore connected to each other via this central device. So in our very basic example here, all of the nodes could access the server by going via the switch, and they could all access the printer by going via the switch. Advantages of a star network include: it's easy to add new nodes without affecting the rest of the network. Simply plug the new node into the switch. If a switch is used, then a star network is efficient and secure, as messages are only sent to the intended recipient. If a cable fails, it only affects the device that it is connected to, not the entire network. Although a failure in a cable connecting a printer, or say a server, would stop all nodes from being able to access that resource. Disadvantages of a star network include: if the central device goes down, the whole network is down. And as the network size increases, costs such as cabling make star networks very expensive. Schools and businesses often use a star network due to having static computers and a need for high performance under heavy use. Homes, which generally connect everything through a central device that is likely to act as a wireless access point, switch, router, and modem all in one device, also are an example of a star network. In a mesh topology, all devices are connected to at least one other device, but more frequently to at least two other devices. In a full mesh network, each machine is connected to every other machine, whereas in a partial mesh network, not all nodes are directly connected. This makes it easier to set up, but less efficient. When you consider that a full mesh network would require 2 to the power of n, where n is the number of nodes in the network, of wires to be able to join all nodes to each other, then you can see that it's not really practical in terms of physical computing. Therefore, you tend to see mesh networks used with wireless technology. Some advantages of mesh networks include: messages can be transferred quickly when the recipients are close together on the network. If a connection fails, there are alternate ways for data to reach its destination, making it a very resilient form of network. Nodes can transmit and receive to and from more than one node at a time. It's also very easy to add new nodes, with new devices merely needing to know the password to the network to be able to join. Some disadvantages of mesh networks include: full mesh networks are difficult to implement because of the large number of connections required, and maintenance is very difficult in a mesh network. Smart cities with a lot of connected devices are likely to use a mesh network. This allows for things like traffic sensors and traffic cameras to be able to talk to the traffic lights and help reduce congestion. Emergency services need reliable communications and therefore often use a mesh network due to its high reliability. That brings us to the end of this video on network topologies. Join me in the next video when I'll be looking at the advantages and disadvantages of wired and wireless technologies. Use the resources at MrGoff.com to help you revise computer science. And until next time, it's bye for now.